Tonight on Pop Samurai's Pop Power Block, you're gonna see a contention between families. You're gonna see a dive into the vault of Joel and Tell. I'm gonna review the game Clank, and Jelani's gonna give us some treats for overseas. So please stay tuned as we start Pop Samurai.
Pop Samurai, I choose you!
Is Pop Samurai?
No. Hey, Pop Samurai, if you're not listening to Pop Samurai, then you're doing nothing constructive.
In a world looking for something to listen to, a group of friends rise to the challenge. It's Pop Samurai.
Command, not control. Hello, everyone. It's command, not control, which is why I was a little slow on the uptick there. But you are joining us on Thursday for the Pop Samurai Power Block. I am your host, Will Walkie Washkoon, along with my fellow co-hosts, Jaboy Jelani Hoon and critical Joel Paprocki. And tonight we are going to bring you some treats. But first, as always, I want to make sure to remind you to like, subscribe, and share our Twitch stream right here at twitch.tv/Pop Samurai Network. Check us out at Instagram at Pop Samurai Network. Same thing on Facebook. Pop Samurai Cast on Twitter. www.popsamurainetwork.com, and drop us a line at popsamurainetwork@gmail.com if you have some tips, tricks, suggestions for the show. I promise we'll read them hopefully this year. Anyway, guys, fellow hosts, how we doing?
Excited, actually. How about you?
Really excited about this list.
This
here.
is a cool idea, actually.
I appreciate it, actually.
I'm kind of curious what made you think of this.
That's a great question. I honestly was just kind of thinking about it and feeling kind of good and putting some good vibes out into the universe. And I thought, man, what's better vibes than talking about our families?
Cool.
Talking about the people closest to us.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting.
And so we're doing the top 5 families right here on Pop Contention. Now, this can be any sort of family as long as it has at least 3 notable members and at least one relationship that could be siblings or parent-child, maybe grandparent-grandchild. Start getting further out than that, and maybe we'll hit you with some technicalities.
We'll see.
But that's what we're thinking for tonight. So follow along, drop any suggestions or votes that you have in the chat, and we're going to get started with our man Joel over there.
All right.
Why don't you give us your number 5?
All right. This may seem obscure, but for those who have seen it, they're going to instantly be like, oh, that's an awesome pick, because every person that is part of this family had a significant role in this film. It is the Parks family from The Host.
Okay.
Wow. Good job on pulling a family, not only from a movie that I love a lot, but also from a foreign film.
Yep.
Yeah,
I had to do it, so I was like,
man.
oh, man. Everybody does something
Going
very
international on this
significant,
list
so
already.
I'll get into it later. But first pick there for me. So
I'm seeing
5.
an early alliance forming on tonight's show.
I like it.
Jelani, let's hear your number 5.
All right, guys. Let's see. My number 5 here on my list. I'm going to try and see if I can squeeze this one in here.
Squeeze
on a
it in.
technicality.
Oh, boy.
But we'll see how this goes. I want to put down the Bat family.
The Bat family
From Batman.
Okay.
Because Bruce Wayne is the father of Damian Wayne, who is the current Robin.
Sure.
Right? And also, I believe if this is, blurred lines, Alfred's kind of his adopted father.
I would say
At
so.
the same time, he took in Robin, Dick Grayson. So I want to say this is a discombobulated family, but it is a family unit.
Okay, sure. Adopted families can fly here.
Yeah, I would say that one's pretty good. I mean, they make that clear that it's there's certain figures,
You're going to still have to sell it.
Yeah.
But I'm
But I
certainly
want it
not
on my list.
I'm not dismissing it out of hand.
I want it on my list.
Better
I
than-
think it's the
Alright.
most obvious pick for me.
Yes, yes, indeed. Number 5 for me over here. Where's my list? There it is. Okay, I am going to go with the Mishimas from the Tekken franchise for number 5.
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Well done, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Bravo.
I am so happy you did that. That's so awesome.
Well, we'll
you
talk about.
You might have just Heihachi'd the whole thing.
You may
I
have.
forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no. All right. Number 4 for Joel.
Well, you don't have to go far because mine was the Mishima family.
way!
Yeah, that's why I'm so excited. That's awesome. Well done.
Bravo.
I know.
Bravo.
I was
guys.
sitting here thinking, I'm like, video game families are kind of tough, but that
They're
one.
tough, but that's absolutely-
the whole thing is the Mishima
Yeah,
family.
Exactly.
Wow.
All right. Well, Jelani, you're number 4.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No
for
way.
the first time ever,
Oh
all
my
4
God.
spots, the Mishima family
That is
on my
insane.
list.
You're joking.
I have the Mishima family on my list.
No way.
Dude, that's awesome. That is so cool. Mind blown.
Actually, technically, it was my number 5,
Oof,
but
get
we
outta
did do
here.
a whole
a whole round.
whole
of it.
round.
For the first time ever, 3 in a row.
Yeah.
3 in a row. The king of Iron Fist Tournament. Series 3. Okay.
What a
number
corporation.
Man, how about that?
How about that?
I actually put them on thinking no one else was going to pick them.
No, I was like,
So that's
go
pretty
to.
surprising to me.
Pretty surprising that the 2 biggest Tekken fans over here
Yeah.
at this table
Yeah, exactly.
would put the Mishima family.
I didn't realize you guys were that big of Tekken fans.
Oh,
I've been a Tekken
definitely
fan since the beginning, yeah.
Oh,
duke it out.
man.
We definitely
I
should
have.
we should have a Tekken fan.
Fire Zodro saw it happen live. You will
What an honor.
always
Yeah.
be
You will
able
remember
to
this.
Yeah.
Remember this always.
tell your children about this
Yeah,
moment.
exactly.
Seriously. I've actually been playing a bit of Tekken recently.
Yeah,
I'll
7?
talk
Have you?
about
7?
a little bit of 7.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
So we'll talk
I bet
about
it's
that a little
beautiful,
later.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, yeah. Number 4 for me, however, is not the Mishimas anymore because that's illegal. So I went with the Elrics
Ah, cool.
of Full Metal Alchemist fame.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out any animes.
I
couldn't get any
struggled through
animes.
it, but I got 2 or 3 actually that not
Couldn't
on
get
this
any
list, but
anime
you'll
fans.
see. So anyway,
Okay,
we'll get
sounds
to it.
good. Well, why don't you tell us your number 3?
All right. Actually, this is my anime pick, and it is the Sun family from DBZ. It's Son Goku, Son Gohan, Son Goten. I
love
guess
it.
you'd say Chi-Chi, Pan. So there you are.
Right on.
Right to it. Another
I love it.
anime.
I love it.
What's your anime pick?
I don't have an anime pick.
I know, I'm
Didn't
just
get
kidding.
an anime pick.
I don't have an anime pick. What I have, ladies and gentlemen, is
Bad fam.
What I have, ladies and gentlemen, for my number 3, yes, 3. For my number 3 spot here is a cartoon family, and it's not one that you might think of when I say that, but I'm gonna put the Archer family from Archer.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Well done.
Mallory Archer,
Yeah.
Sterling,
Dude, yeah.
Who's number
Archer.
3?
the baby,
Oh, the wee baby Seamus.
the wee baby Seamus, and also the
Okay.
baby with Lana.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I like it.
The wee baby Seamus.
The wee baby Seamus, who's technically a blurred line whether it's not,
Might
but then,
be Archer's kid.
you know,
We're not
but
sure.
then Lana also impregnated herself with.
That's true.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there you go.
Right on.
Going with that.
Number 3 for me, I went with a TV family that, well, I'm just going to say it. It's the Grimes family from The Walking Dead.
Oh, interesting.
Nice.
So Rick, Carl, Lori.
Carl.
Carl! That is
All
my
together. Yeah.
all together now.
pretty
number
good.
2 for Joel.
All
Flying
right.
right through.
We're getting a bit more heavy hitter here. I'm gonna say the Griswolds. They have to be on those.
Hey, howdy.
They are by far one of the most ridiculous families that could ever exist. The Griswolds.
Of course. Jelani, number 2.
Number 2. My number 2 on my list. I'm going to put up. I don't know exactly how to state this. I will either go with the Torettos or just the Fast and Furious family?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yikes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that movie is about family.
It is.
All right?
It is.
They're all family.
all 19 of the movies.
All of them.
Well,
including
Number 2.
Hobbs and Shaw, which had nothing to do with that
I guess The Rock is part of the movie,
Yeah.
part of the family.
Listen, he's part of the family.
Yeah.
Right. Number 2 for me is another
wait.
TV show. What?
Beav wants to hear the recap of the families who have been said. Can you?
Yes,
do a quick
you
rundown?
absolutely can
Why don't
get
you-
that.
Why don't you do yours? I'm
after
sorry.
I
Yeah,
do my
I'm
number
sorry.
2. So my number 2 is going to be the Bluth family from Arrested Development.
Good call, dude. They're hilarious. God.
Yes,
and they are messed
the Bluths.
up. Together they form nonsense.
Okay. The story so far, in number 5 for Joel, we had the Parks, the Mishimas, the Sun family from DBZ, and the Griswolds. Sorry, the Parks from Host, right?
Yeah, the host.
Yeah.
From 2006. Yeah.
Jelani had the Bat family,
Yeah.
the Mishimas again, Archer and his clan, and the Torettos of Fast and Furious fame.
Which technically
Flame.
everyone is Toretto.
Yeah.
Everyone is. And then I had the Mishimas as well. The Elric family, the Grimeses from The Walking Dead, and the Bluths from
Nice.
Arrested
Yeah,
Development.
dude, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
So now we will go into our honorable mentions.
Yes.
Joel, why don't you tell us who just didn't quite get invited to Thanksgiving?
All right. The Addams family.
Ah.
The Fockers from Meet the Fockers.
Ah,
The Solitanos from Silver Linings Playbook. The Burnhams from American Beauty. McAllister's Home Alone. The brothers from Darjeeling Limited. The Margera family. Phil, dude, he gets
And
slapped
Bam
all the
Margera?
time. Yes,
Seriously?
yeah. I had to put the Kardashians on here. They're pop culture. They're terrible, and yes,
Yuck.
everybody knows them. Mario and Luigi family, which has more than just the two of them, and they've showed up in official things. So I'm not going to go into details. The reason they didn't make my list is because they're not prominent. Like
it
we
would have been a
expected.
hard
Yeah.
sell, yeah.
The Royal Tenenbaums.
Okay.
The Bundy family from Married with Children.
Uh-huh.
The Flintstones, Jetsons, Ninja Turtles. The Psyche families from Psyche K. The Brief family from DBZ, which is Vegeta's family in
Yeah.
Bulma. And then the Kasakabe family from Totoro. And the Incredibles and the Quest family from Johnny Quest.
Nicely done. Jelani, can you top it?
Oh boy! All right, so long ass list you got there, Joel. Addams family, the Skywalkers. I put the Bundys down. The Belchers from Bob's Burgers. The Griffins, the Simpsons.
Yeah, Hefty was on there.
I put the Fantastic Four comic book family there. Pop Samurai family.
Aww.
Boo!
Aw.
Just trying to win points.
I'm trying to win points.
God.
Get them brownie
You're
points.
going to make me
All right.
lactose intolerant throwing all this
Oh my
cheese out.
God. And that's all
Well
I got.
done.
That's all I got.
That's a
All
good one
right.
though. I like that. And I forgot to mention the Griffins and the Simpsons, but of course they get a mention.
All right. I have got the Addams family, the Skywalkers, the Simpsons, the Freeman family from the Boondocks,
Yeah.
the McManus family from the Boondock Saints.
Oh yeah, there you go.
The Dudley boys of the WWF.
Nice. I like that.
The
I like that.
Weasleys from Harry Potter. The Parkers from Spider-Man. And the Parr family, the Incredibles.
Awesome.
And those are my honorables.
Very good.
That's very interesting.
I know.
So what's very interesting?
That we all, I think, yeah. We'll talk about it after the ones. After
Yeah,
we say
there are
the
a
ones.
lot of big ones that I suspect we were trying to miss all of the big ones, and so we left them in
I know,
honorable
because
mention.
like
It's more fun to be
put in the
peculiar,
chat right now.
yeah.
Where's Griffins and Simpsons? A lot of the big name families have fell to the wayside for us to try and like skirt them.
Because they're obvious.
Well, nobody put my number one
Mine
in
either.
their
We'll
honorables.
see.
Yeah,
We'll
mine
see.
Oh
either.
God, are we gonna go around and have the same
I don't
number
think
ones?
so. I don't think so. Mine's gonna. You guys are gonna be like, what?
Mine's
Yeah.
quintessential.
Mine's pretty out there too, unless like I mean, the only person who would probably get mine is Joel.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he named this one. But
All right. as for why the Griffins didn't make my list, that's easy. Family Guy's dumb.
Oh.
Joel, why don't you give us your number one?
Shots fired. All right, my number one is gonna take you back to West Philadelphia, born and raised. It is the Banks family.
Oh my God!
From Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, wow. That's so good.
That's a really fucking good pick.
That's so
I
good.
felt like I lived with that family for years.
That's really good.
So that's my number one.
Outstanding pick. Great pull.
Check.
That's a really fucking good one.
Jelani, what do you think is better?
I couldn't. So Joel wins. Yeah, yes,
We'll
wins.
see. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I was looking at this list, I couldn't think of a single anime family, right? So I felt bad about that. So I really dove deep into video game families, and I pulled out one that is a very blurred line, but I think it's gonna fit here.
The technicalities you're rolling with.
All right, let's try.
All right, let's see.
Let's try it.
What you got? What you got?
I'm gonna go with what some people might know as Les Infantables, but I'm gonna go with the Snake family.
Yes.
From Metal Gear Solid.
I almost put him down. Yeah,
Terrible.
absolutely.
I'm
Le
gonna put the
Enfant
snake-
Terrible.
Yep. So yes, the terrible children. I'm going to put down the
Dude,
Snake family.
Well done.
From Metal Gear Solid.
Well done.
I'm
That's-
surprised that neither of us put that. I had it in my brain, and I'm like,
But I
maybe.
Yeah. No, I don't know. What do you think? Let it slide at least, and he can
Oh
defend
no,
it?
I think
Ladies and gentlemen,
it counts
it
because
counts.
those
It's a
three
lineage-
are brothers.
It's a lineage
For
of
sure.
brothers, exactly.
It's
so,
a lineage. There's a whole bunch of technicalities of how they were made, but
Yeah.
they're still related by some
Absolutely.
genetic material.
Oh, absolutely, they are.
You can include Ocelot in there too.
Exactly.
I mean, by blood.
Yeah.
Exactly. By arm blood.
Yeah,
By our blood. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Very good, man. Very good.
Bravo.
Sorry, I know. No one really liked that joke, but I was hoping someone would give me a hand. Okay. Anyway, my number one, God, after all that build up, is in my opinion, quintessential family. Because it's the family, and you don't go against the family. It's the Corleones.
Ooh, nice.
Bravo.
All right.
Gotta be.
Bravo.
Yeah, good one.
Bravo.
Damn.
From The Godfather.
That was also one of the ones I thought was almost going to be a too obvious one.
Yeah. But I
Which
like
is
that.
why I couldn't leave it off.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That's a good one.
No family from Assassin's Creed. Well, yeah, but
That's.
I mean, first of all, that's a pretty small family, and they're kind of estranged anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that one. I wouldn't have given that one much.
They're
I
all
don't think.
pretty significant, though. aren't
That's
they?
true.
Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, all right.
Yes.
Your pick, awesome. All of the number ones, actually, phenomenal.
Yeah, everyone's pick is really good.
Okay.
Yeah. So
We're gonna
I
struggle
think
with
that's enough for nominations. It's time to start putting them up and shutting them up. So Joel, why don't you tell me who you want where?
All right, let's start this out right. Let's get the Mishima family on here at number 4.
Can't believe.
Unreal.
I thought I was being like clever by putting that one on here.
I know, me too. I thought the same thing. I was like, no
like,
one's
no
gonna
one's gonna
expect
put
this.
this- no
And I had
one's
to
gonna
write down
expect
all
this
the
one.
characters and the extended family and everything. The dead mom and
Yeah,
Sure.
I was like,
the
this is gonna-
Kazamas are
Yeah,
all
like-
in there
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I was like, no
exactly.
one's gonna fucking put this one down.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone puts it
God.
down. All right.
Waste of a pick. Jelani, what you got?
What I got? What do I want on here? I'm gonna put up. Ishima's up there already. Let's try the Archer family. Number 3.
All right, and I think I'm going to put. I'm gonna put the Corleones at number 2.
Ooh.
So we have the Mishimas at number 4, which means Joel will start the debate. Jelani will then argue the Archers for number 3, and we'll finish with me and the Corleones at number 2. Gentlemen, there's 3 minutes on the clock. Joel, your time starts now.
All right. So, like, I don't know about you guys, but my earliest memories of Tekken were dominated mostly by, say, Kazuya. But you always knew Heihachi was a strong fighter. He was, I would say, a little bit slower, whatever, but he's the old man, right? But it's interesting. If you ever watch the anime, you see how brutal of a father he was. Yeah. And it's like, you get this idea that it's just so cutthroat. And for that story to actually still permeate within the three of us, at least, and beyond us, and to many gamers, you know, it's become a lore that most people know. And that's impressive for a video game to be able to say, oh, the Mishima family. And you're like, boom. You know, it's like mentioning what the heck's the building in Die Hard?
Oh, Yakatomi Plaza.
Yeah, it's like people just know it, like, even though they might not even be like huge fans, but it's like, oh, the Mishima family. Sure, yeah, you're talking about Tekken. All right. So I'm just saying that it's a very influential family, not only in the game, but outside of it. And I think that's a very special thing to have. Not only that, but they're a bunch of badasses. So, boom, I think the Mishimas belong on here as a video game family.
Right on. Jelani, number 3, the Archers.
Listen, you want to talk about dysfunctional cartoon families, and there's not many cartoon families on our list right now. The Archers have to take the cake here. It's the very strange relationship between the mother and the son in this relationship is crazy. All right, and then you bring in the wee baby Seamus, who's blurred line whether or not he's actually related. Then you got Lana, who's always been on the fringe of whether or not they were gonna, will they get together. All of a sudden, seasons down the line, spoiler, she becomes impregnated with Sterling's son and everything like that. You never really know who Sterling's father is at all.
But Woodhouse is in the picture as well.
Woodhouse is there as well, who's just, you know, someone who gets yelled at on the side. It's a dysfunctional, hilarious family of just alcoholics and just horrible people who are greedy and spoiled and just, you know what, they're hilarious and I think deserve to be on this list. So,
all right.
Very good.
All right, number 2 for me is the Corleones, of course, from The Godfather. Now, when you think, like I said, when you think of the family, you're talking about the Corleones.
An Italian family.
Yes, of course. I couldn't help but even do, you know, a little bit of the hand gesture. We're talking about, you know, of the 5 families, of the crime families in New York, these were the guys that you wanted to see at the table. You had, you know, the young brother who was a war hero, who wanted to run away and not be a part of it, and then got dragged back in. Of course, Michael, played by Al Pacino. And then you've got, you know, Sonny, who's the badass enforcer, and the toll booth scene, and just remembering what that was like, watching that on Marlon Brando's face when he's at the funeral parlor and overlooking Sonny's body. And of course, Marlon Brando as Don Corleone. And you got Fredo in there, who Fredo has become synonymous with like this backstabbing fuck up. Like that is what you think of when you hear that name. There are so many personalities in that family and so much going on. And like I said, you just don't go against the family. Yeah. So the Corleones got to be in there. And I went a little bit over. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
But the time for debate has passed. The time to vote is now, and we're going to start with number 4, Joel. What say you?
Oh, I want
the Mishimas.
I want the Mishimas on this list. I think you guys do too.
All right, Jelani.
I don't know if I want them on this list anymore. Everyone else picked it.
Right? Yeah. Forget this.
No, yeah. They're on this list. They're on my list for a reason. So, yes, totally agree.
I put the Mishimas on my list because I needed a video game family. I actually kind of fucking hate the Mishimas, but that's maybe what makes them so compelling.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I hate that every game is just about them, even though they give us so many good characters, and they give us all these alternate universes of people who could have won the Iron Fist tournament, but never do.
Yeah, that's true.
But you keep coming back for more because they drive the story.
Yeah.
So it's a yay from me. A reluctant yay, but a yay nonetheless.
All right. Good to hear.
Mishimas have made our list. Jelani, number 3, The Archers. What say you?
I'll give you
I'm going to give it a nay and throw it to Joel because I think it's a little light on the familial ties. There are a lot of technicalities there. Great show, great characters. Not sure if it makes the top 5 families.
Short and sweet. Will said it best. I'm sorry. There, I think, are better families that belong on this list. All right. Good pick and interesting, but sorry, it's out of here.
All right. Unfortunately,
fine. Whatever.
The Archers have fallen by the wayside. But it is now time to talk about the Corleones.
Yeah.
And it's a yes from me.
All right. I guess it's hard to go against the family. I got to give this one a yay. Yes. That's a good pick. And we don't really have any crime families on here, so that one's kind of... Well, I don't know if you call them Mishimas.
The Mishimas are a crime.
Well,
they're killing everyone
they're
and starting
people,
wars.
Yeah,
they're pretty much a crime syndicate.
Yeah, exactly.
The Zaibatsu is a crime syndicate.
Yeah, so never mind, but they're the one you probably go to, so when you think of it. Jelani, what do you think?
Yeah, give a big yay for that. Godfather, classic film, classic family.
Yeah.
All right. 2 of our spots have now fallen. 3 remain open.
Yeah.
And Jelani, you get a little bit of retribution right away because you get to nominate first this round.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up the Snake family from Metal Gear Solid number 1. I'm gonna put them up there.
All right.
For me, I think I am going to put the Bluths at number 3. Yeah, number 3.
All right. I have got to fight for this number 1 and get the Banks family up at number 1. So, yeah, we're putting 2 of my favorite things.
Right on. Okay, so we've got L'Enfant Terrible, the Snake family at number 1 against the Banks family. Those West Philadelphians. Wait, no, that's not right. They're not right. But
they're in Hollywood, isn't it? That's where they live.
Well, Bel Air.
Bel Air. Sorry. Yeah.
That's the name of the show.
Yeah.
We're both making fools of ourselves, so I'm going to move on quickly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Against the Bluths, number 3. So I will start this round of debate.
Go for it.
And my time starts now. So when you think about the Corleones, you think about hard, mean mob boss drama. When you think about the Bluths, they're almost the exact same thing, except that they are bungling and comedic, but they commit a whole lot of crime. They're still led by a weirdly respected yet totally evil father. You've got all these characters that are, just far-flung and coming together. My God, just thinking of all the different characters and what they bring to the table. Like Job with his over-the-topness and Buster just like being super pathetic and Michael trying to hold it all together. I mean, it's really, really good
what's the mom's
conflict. Lucille.
Oh God, she
is amazing, and she's Mallory Archer's voice too. The actress. So I mean, it's comic gold. It's the comic version of the Corleones, really, with a little bit less murder. And so I think it should be on this list because that show's all about family. And enough about that. We're going to the Banks. Wait, no.
He started. Yeah.
Yes, Jelani started. So we're going to the Snake family next.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about one of the most convoluted storylines ever here. Right? You start off with way in the past with Snake Eater with Big Boss and his genetic material being used to try and get the perfect genetic specimen off of getting his major traits off of him. And so you get Solid Snake, you get Liquid Snake, you also get the third child, Solidus Snake, coming off of that, and just the craziness that spins off of this family, of just them going back and forth, causing mayhem. Solidus Snake was at one point president of the United States. Shit doesn't make sense. It's crazy, right? But this genetic material that's used and it's put down and it's spread out between these clones, and you don't really like, you have like, they have this connection, and even Big Boss doesn't really consider them like children either, and it's like just this whole big, you know, hubbub of just like, what is going on here? What's all this mean? You even have Revora Ocelot, who was the child of the joy and the sorrow, and all of a sudden becomes combined with Liquid's arm, and then he becomes Liquid Ocelot, and it's like, this is all just, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
The genetic material throughout everything, family. That's what it's all about. So there you go.
So who's the real father then? It's the battlefield.
Right. CQC.
I love this pick, and I think it should be on this list.
Pretty
All
good.
right, Joel.
All right. I'm just gonna go down this list and stop me when you guys want to talk about one, because I think that each one of these could be an entire episode that we could talk about for the Fresh Prince. You got Will, you got Phil, you got Vivian, you got Carlton, you got Hillary, you got Ashley, and you got Nikki, I'm sorry, and then Jazz. It's like each of those, ridiculous, all ridiculous. And at some point, they all had some focus, meaning like an episode or two focused specifically on each of them. And therefore, this is a family that everybody got connected to, and in a good way, because while it was comedy gold, there was usually like life lessons, and this was probably like a remainder from like the 80s of having these wholesome shows, and then it pushed into the 90s, and we got this like comedy gold out of Will, where he just he really hit his mark and hit the ground running with this character who didn't fit in with this family, who obviously was like upper crust. But he brought them back down to being realistic and enjoying life. And it was kind of like a really wholesome thing, but also just freaking ridiculous. Plus, the Carlton dance is here to stay forever. So I have to say, this is one of the best families and probably one of my best picks ever.
Oh, God, you guys. Okay.
Ooh.
The time for debate is over. We got to vote. Let's start with the Bluths at number 3. I'm going to give it a yay. Joel.
I'm putting it on Jelani. You already got a crime family on here. It's a nay for me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You put it on me. Oh, man.
But do we have a comedy family on here?
Yes. Here's
I know one that will.
So here's the dilemma.
Yeah.
Never seen Arrested Development.
Whoa! That's a big strike right away.
So
where's the butt? Where's the butt?
Yeah. He's like,
don't
there is
really have
none.
a butt. I'm sorry. I really wish I had any connection to this family, so I know how big it is. Just never got around to watching it.
Give it to the crowd, quick.
So I really wish I could give it to this just off of just the debate alone, but I'm gonna give it a nay. I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry.
It has fallen off the list, and the host is sad. But that's okay, because we have a nice big fight for the number
disappointment
1
for one of us coming up.
spot.
A huge disappointment coming up in a second.
Joel, why don't you tell us what you're thinking?
All right, I'm going Banks. I got to do it. I love, obviously, Solid Snake, but I don't think of them immediately as a family. So,
Jelani.
All right. This is tough. Never seen. No, I'm joking.
God damn it.
No. This is a tough one. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna leave it up with the host.
Oh.
I'm just gonna pick mine. I'm gonna stick with mine. I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah, let's do
but
this.
I got a feeling I know what's gonna happen here. But I'm gonna.
I don't. He loves Metal Gear too, so
Flag planted on this hill. I'm gonna die on it.
hell yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
I love them both, you guys. I really do. Like one of my favorite fucking things in Metal Gear Solid is when you're at the end of Guns of the Patriots, when you're at the end of 2 and you're fighting on the top of the
Metal Gear Ray.
Metal Gear Ray.
Well, yeah, but then you're fighting
In
against
the city.
Solidus in Washington D.C. and
exactly.
he's the president. And it's just like, oh my god, and he comes out and he's just like, brothers, and he's, oh my god, it was ridiculous. But the Banks family really was a family when you think about it. Like when Will Smith's character needed a family, they were a family.
Yeah.
And he was an adopted son, really. And there was conflict, and there was love, and there were laughs. God, and I didn't even think about it when I was putting together my list.
Yes.
It's so good. I've got to give it to the Banks on a nail biter, on a hard one.
Yeah.
Bravo.
I hear you.
That was not easy, but it's going to be the Banks.
Had I not thrown that on there and I would have gone with like Adam's Family or something like that, I would have been like, boom, Snake all day long. But because I was like, oh, wait, great TV show.
All right.
Yeah.
So the Snake family and the Bluths have been eliminated.
Oof.
Which means it's getting a little thin in here.
Yeah, we all started with losing one right away.
What spots are available?
Numbers 5 and 3 are available, and it is my turn to nominate.
Oof.
I am going to put the Elrics at number 5.
All right. Since I'm in the market of taking people down, I'm going to throw the Sun family from DBZ against that.
Okay. Okay. Jelani. Don't make us go 4 rounds. Throw something at number 3.
What about the Bat family at number 3?
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, that's funny. I'm just being a shithead. I'm
This
sorry.
is funny. It's hilarious, guys.
All right. We've got the Elrics, the Sun family of DBZ, and the Bat family. Bat family for number 3, the other 2 for number 5.
Yep.
Which means I am debating first again.
Yeah, go for it.
3 minutes on the clock, starting now. Okay, so the Elrics are, of course, the 2 brothers are the main protagonists of the story, Full Metal Alchemist, Alphonse and Edward. Don't know why that took me a second. Their entire dynamic between the 2 of them is so good. Like you feel their
Sibling.
their sibling love, but also their limitations, their flaws, to the point where if they're ever separated, you instantly get a bad feeling in the pit of your stomach. Then you realize that you've got Hohenheim as one of the strongest alchemists that ever lived, and one of the, big sort of driving plot factors in the show. And you remember that the only reason the Elric brothers ever even became alchemists is because they lost their mother. Yeah. So that is a whole lot of family stuff swirling around in this typhoon of drama to put together one of what I think is one of the greatest animes of all time. Even though all of them together are kind of detestable characters on some level. Maybe not Alphonse, but the rest of them are tough pills to swallow. But you put them together as a family and you get all of that conflict and drama and plot that you want to really make it great. That's why Full Metal Alchemist is good, and that's why the Elrics belong on this list.
That's a good one.
But Joel has something to say about that. The Sun
sure do.
family from DBZ at number 5.
So this was just interesting to me. I'm just thinking about it before we started here, that the first time I actually watched Dragon Ball was on Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. So I actually watched Goku as a child who did not have a family. Then he met Chi-Chi, and you start DBZ when he's an adult, and now he gets together with Chi-Chi and has little Gohan, a little rice ball.
Wink.
And basically it's interesting because everybody at some point fights.
Yes.
Including Chi-Chi.
Well, yeah, in Dragon Ball, Chi-Chi was a badass.
I know.
And so was the Ox King.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know, exactly. So it's cool that you get to see their progression as this powerful family, and I think it's really neat that it continued on beyond just that immediate family as well. So you get obviously you get Goten and whatnot, but it's still just, I'm going back to the idea of the primary like patriarch of the family. Goku is really the driving force for that entire show. And I don't think I could think of a more like, hey, if the Sun family comes around, everybody's fucked in the universe. So don't fight these people, because if you take out one of them, you're going to get somebody bigger and more powerful the next. So it's like this chain of command that can't be broken. And they also have this like deep care for one another that you see grow over the course of 97,000 episodes in small pieces per each one. I thought, as an anime, it's hard to get. We've had a couple animation families on here, but this one for me is definitely like an obvious pick. So
Sure.
Oof.
All right,
Oof.
Jelani, number 3. You're trying to get the Bat family on here.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about a family, not only just by blood, but a family that is found, right? This family, the Bat family, was found off the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne, which led to Alfred taking in this child and then leading him to the road of vigilantism and becoming one of the world's greatest superheroes. But there's more than that as well. There's him also taking in Robin as well, Dick Grayson, who became basically his son, right? It's said multiple times, and he considers him, his son. And then also you're counting in Damian Wayne, who comes in later on, who is actually his blood son as well. It just becomes just like this whole big thing of just like this family of people who are broken, who come from broken things and come together to become much more. I've talked about in the past about like Bruce Wayne alone is kind of a shitbag, but him with his family, right, is something more, right? Him with the Robin there to check him with Alfred there to check him in, like he could just easily fall into just villainy and evil and cross the line, but he doesn't. He's more than that because of his family, and that's what I'm going for here as my fucking number 3.
This is making me laugh a little bit, because I know you're talking about like the serious characters from the comics, but I'm just picturing Lego Batman.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Michael Cera and Will Arnett. And that's just making me giggle, because they hit the whole family angle really hard.
They did
in that one.
And that's what I got.
Okay, so that's the Bat family at number 3. Let's see if we can get out of this family debacle.
Yeah, technically, as everyone who keeps joining in because Beef put in the chat, are we also counting all 4 Robins or just the main? People who have joined this superhero family, have become some sort of a relative to them, have become like bonded to them. So I'm counting a lot of people, but if I'm right now, I'm arguing the main bonds, like we have said, the blurred lines here. This is more of an adopted family. This is the family that you choose, right?
Yeah,
and so this is what I'm going for here.
It's just like the Quest family, right?
Shit, I totally forgot the Venture family.
I know. We're not bringing in honorables. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, go ahead.
All right. So the battle rages at number 5 between the Elrics and the Sun family. I am gonna stick to my guns and go for the Elrics at number 5.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen here, Jelani. We're putting it on you.
Lord,
I'm going with the Sun family.
Lord,
the Goku-san.
Why?
We're really doing this a lot, and 3 people make it very difficult sometimes.
That's true.
Oh, man, this is very difficult.
Because we all have really good picks, first of all, I'll say that. And the Elric family is awesome, too. So this is a good head-to-head, I would say.
Well, the Sun family is incredible. They're the Mishimas of
but they're not
the anime
evil,
world.
So.
They're criminals.
They do kill a lot of stuff, but put it that way.
Shit. Oh, man.
Go through.
I am more connected with the Sun family than I am with the Elric family. I grew up on DBZ.
But he can't decide, so we have to let the chat vote.
Wholly respect the Elric family. And down the road, I might regret this, but I'm going to side with Joel's pick here and go with the Sun family.
Okay. The Sun family at number 5. It's a good pick.
You. All right, then that puts it on number 3.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna boast. That was
Lord.
That was a hard fought battle.
Yeah,
it's a hard fought battle, guys. All right, number 3 for me, I guess, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna die on this hill as well. Bat family, stick it in here. I think it deserves to be on this list.
Lego Bat family. Sure, I'm in for it.
it doesn't matter. But yes, I see where you're going with this, and I like the extended family thing, so I'll give it a yay. But the Griswolds, I'm just kidding. No, so yeah, that's a cool.
It would have been fun to listen to you talk about the Griswolds.
Nah, that's all
but
right.
It would have been terrible to listen to me talk about the Grimeses. So I think we got off easy.
Yeah, exactly. Good
all
list. Right. There's something that you need to do for us.
Would you read off that big, beautiful list?
I shall do just that. At number 5 in our list of the top 5 families, we have the Sun family of Dragon Ball Z. At number 4, the Mishimas and their silly Zaibatsu. At number 3, the adopted Bat family of Bruce Wayne. Number 2 is the Corleones of The Godfather. And number 1 is the Bankses out there in Bel Air. Guys, it's a very familiar list.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Funny you say that.
It's a very good list.
A familial list.
Well, I very much enjoyed this. I very much appreciate everyone who dropped in and was a part of our family for the chat. Be sure to come back as we have our sister show, which is Pop Aficionados, coming up right after this. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll hit you with that in just a little bit. So stay tuned, and bye.
Bye.